The Luger P08, the pistol that instantly teleports you into a World War II movie, usually in the hands of a villain with a dramatic accent, a long leather coat, and a penchant for slow, menacing monologues. If guns had personalities, the Luger would be that one aristocrat who drinks expensive wine, judges you for using the wrong fork, and refuses to work if the conditions aren't perfect. The story begins in the early 1900s, when a German firearms designer named Georg Luger looked at the clunky old pistols of his time and thought, "Nine, this is unacceptable. We must make it fancier and much, much more complicated." Thus, the Luger P08 was born, a pistol so elegant and mechanically sophisticated that it made every other gun at the time look like a potato with a trigger. The Luger was one of the first semi-automatic pistols to see widespread military use, and it had a grip angle so perfect that even modern pistols still copy it today. Pick one up, and it just feels right in your hand. But there's a catch, because there's always a catch. Most pistols have a slide that moves back and forth to load the next round, not the Luger. No, that would be too normal. Instead, this gun features a toggle lock action, a bizarre mechanical flex that looks like a tiny robot arm yeeting itself upward every time you fire. It's mesmerizing, it's satisfying, and it's completely unnecessary. It's also insanely picky. A bit of dirt? Malfunction. Too much grease? Malfunction. You thought about dropping it in mud? Malfunction. This thing was not designed for the horrors of the battlefield. It was designed for a pristine gun range where everyone wears white gloves and calls each other Herr before shooting. Despite its quirks, the German military absolutely loved it. They issued it to officers and elite troops, and it became an instant symbol of power and prestige. However, by the time World War II rolled around, the German army realized something horrifying. The Luger was stupidly expensive to make. Turns out, when you over-engineer something to the point where it requires watchmaker-level precision, it doesn't exactly lend itself to mass production. So the Germans reluctantly swapped it out for the much simpler and cheaper Walther P38, a gun that actually worked when dirty. Still, that didn't stop officers from hoarding Lugers like they were limited edition collectibles, because they basically were. Here's where things get funny. In his quest to create the perfect pistol, Georg Luger also invented the 9mm parabellum round, one of the most popular handgun calibers of all time. The irony? The Germans ditched the Luger, but the ammo it fired became the standard for pretty much every military in the world. Yes, that means every Glock, SIG, or Beretta carrying 9mm today owes its existence to the Luger. Even the guys who didn't want the pistol ended up using its ammo. Ultimate plot twist. Too fancy for war, but too cool to forget.